served this industry long enough. I think that I have gone through the woods of Ghana to every club, to every region, not to know who constitutes Congress or who constitutes Congress, and not to know the problems facing our industry, for which reason I think that I'm best placed to solve the problems the industry faces.
We need somebody with integrity to help restore the integrity of the game.
This is not time for Matramakwe. This is the time for somebody who is tried and tested.
GFA Decides.
Well, on June 6, 2018, there was a premiere of an expose into corruption and match fixing in Ghana football by Anas Armeyaw Anas and the Tiger IPI team. And that led to the president of the Ghana Football Association, Kwesi Nyentechi, getting a lifetime ban. And the lifetime ban paved the way for the new leadership of Ghana football to emerge. And tonight in our studio with us is the game changer, the gentleman who is preaching that he's got what it takes to change the face of Ghana football. Despite all the issues that have engulfed football in the country, he's calling on delegates to throw their weight behind him to change the image of Ghana football with transparency, with accountability, and all the things required to get the corporate world and to get the image of Ghana football back on track. But in 2017, in Cape Coast, I caught up with him and I asked him this question.
People look up to you to take up the mantle of Ghana football. Is this something you've finally thought of?
We're here on a retreat. We've had 72 long days of thinking and arguing amongst ourselves. There was no announcement by the president of the FA that he's quitting. Can we just leave that issue to rest in peace?
Well, we allowed that issue to rest in peace, but on Tuesday, we were at the Exim Bank to cover his launch of his manifesto for the Ghana Football Association. Now let's listen to this.
Colleagues, this is the moment, or this is the situation confronting all of us, especially we club owners, we delegates at the upcoming Congress. Your decision to vote should not depend on your relationship with your daughter. Your decision to vote must not be based on the fact that I hate this person or this guy is my business partner. Your decision to vote must rely heavily on who will provide the solution to an ailing industry. This is what we have to take home. It's not about your love for Kurt, your love for George, or your hatred for Oluboy Commodore. If Oluboy can save Ghana football, vote for Oluboy. Our industry needs Kurt. Our industry needs George. Our industry needs Palmer. Our industry needs Naya Aponsa, Amanda Clayton, George, and Fred Papo. Why must we be fighting amongst ourselves? We can't afford to lose any gem in this industry. I'm chairperson. On that note, I would want to call on my colleague, George, his team, a team of Palmer, Amanda, and co, to join the game-changing team.
Well, he's called on all aspirants to join the game-changing team. And since that day, it hasn't been an easy one for him because he has to preach to Ghanaians the Game Changer Manifesto and let it sink in Ghanaians that he's got what it takes to change the image of Ghana football. But let me just go back to 2017 again and find out from him at what point he realized that we shouldn't preach about he contesting for the position of president of the Ghana Football Association, and rather we should concentrate on what to do to solve the problems engulfing Ghana football. In our studio this evening is the game changer, Mr. Kurt Edwin Simeon Okraku. A pleasure to have you.
The pleasure is mine.
Thank you very much. You look tired.
I am. No, I have new energy now because I can hear the soundtrack.
Okay, please, louder.
And
Louder.
just listen to the lyrics. Listen to the lyrics. Okay. A lot of them, they must spread propaganda.
Okay, we are not spelling propaganda here. But,
No, I'm not saying you, but a lot of them, they must spread
Okay.
propaganda.
Now let's come to the studio. Since Tuesday, how has the journey been like? Speaking to people, how has it been like?
Well, it's been very interesting, to be honest. It's been very challenging. It's been energy sapping. There's been loads of learning curves for me as an individual. But at all times, my firm belief has been that put in the energy, put in the preparations, and you would hit the target of envy.
I would just like to find out from you at what point you realized that Ket Okraku was the person to salvage Ghana.
Let me say this, and this is the first time I'm saying it to you, because, you know, I've been very evasive, primarily because at all times we've had a leader that we had supported throughout, a leader who came into the industry to play his part. Yeah. Okay, prior to him, we had other leaders of the federation who all played their part in passing. But the foundation of what we're seeing today started when I was age 17. I've said this on various platforms. When I started my journey to the promised land, the journey of a footballer. Unfortunately, I was not massively talented, so I had to stop. But I continued the other bit of the journey in preparing myself for life today. Okay, and I've said all the time that if the foundation is weak, regardless of how beautiful the high riser would be, it will crumble. Okay, I, with the support of my parents, ensured that I had solid foundation, i.e. normal education and informal education, so to say. So beyond all the studies around the football industry that I went through, I also had the practical experience, be it even at age 17, be it with Hearts of Oak, be it with Galka, be it with Wasserman, be it at Dreams FC, where I had the uncontrolled opportunity of testing all the knowledge that I had acquired. I think that it was a good preparatory period for me. Most importantly, when offered the list of opportunities with a dead product of the FA, a product that had been in abeyance for 10 years, I did not only bring in the money, but I ensured that the product was repositioned, rebuilt, and became the envy of many in the country. We are talking about the MTN.
I get that, but let me just clarify something.
So I think I didn't answer your question. So that was a preparatory period.
Yes.
With that goal that one day I will lead. The time as to when I will lead was what was in the hands of the Almighty Jah. You heard that soundtrack.
Yeah.
Almighty God. And when the time was nigh, he said, my son, go for it. Here we are.
So was it June 2018, October 2018, January 2019?
Prior to that period, there were snipers of indications of a possible change in leadership of the FA. Our president then said that he will not continue. I had gone to him and I said to him that I have gained 1.5 years of experience at the executive committee level at that time. I've come to know the ins and outs of the FA. I'm prepared to work a bit more, okay? And if you give me the list of opportunities, I'll show my quality. If it is that you are exiting, I need your support. I want to lead the FA. I think that I've prepared myself well. I'm ready to take up the mantle. That was it.
Going through your CV, I realized that nearly all your entire educational background, especially from the tertiary level, apart from going to GIJ, was purely about something surrounding sport.
GIJ was inclusive, communications. I learned communications. That's why I have the confidence. That's why I'm a good public speaker. That's why I know exactly what the industry needs when it comes to communications. So I just ensured that the fundamentals were right. What are the fundamentals? University, communications, marketing, information technology, hospitality and tourism management, business of football.
Why do you want to become GFA president?
I think I've answered that question already. I have a solid foundation when it comes to football in terms of training, both informal and formal. Yeah. I think at club level, I've demonstrated beyond reasonable doubt with my Dreams FC project. Yeah. I do not only have Dreams FC, I have Still Believe FC, I have In God We Trust FC, I have Dreams Tamale, and now Dreams Sunyani U17. Yeah. Okay. I'm a key employer in the industry. Dreams FC has become perhaps one of the best models we have in the country. One of the most packaged product offering we have in the country. Yeah. When given the list of opportunities at the national level, i.e. at the FA level, I have shown that I love Ghana. I not only looked for the money, but I also managed the product and built the product. The product, once upon a time, became perhaps the most spoken about product of the FA. We had the Premier League, we had the FA Cup and other products. But when we speak about the domestic products, the MTN FA Cup was perhaps the best. I mean, I remember some amazing moments during our journey in the FA Cup. The very first FA Cup we had at the Angie Hill Hotel was amazing. We were all extremely happy in the night or on the night. Beyond that, we've had some amazing. I remember the first arrival of the trophy at the Accra Sports Stadium when everybody ran helter and skelter, thinking that there was a coup d'etat in Ghana, in quotes. But it was just the arrival of the trophy, of the MTN FA Cup trophy. Then we had the amazing grand finale at the Esipon Sports Stadium when everybody in the country did not like the idea that we had taken Kotoko to the Esipon Stadium. Esipon hosted Kotoko.
That was the 2015 edition.
Yes, and then we had the arrival of the trophy via the sea at the Cape Coast New Stadium, which was amazing. I mean, this is creativity at its best.
And then when you went there to pluck the ball from the drone.
Don't even go there. I mean, in line of duty, I almost lost my eye.
Yes,
but at the end of the day, I went home very happy. I sacrificed my life, my eye, for the greater good of the Ghanaian game. It was an amazing spectacle. Then we had the unmissable. I mean, in Tamale. We had fund segregation, House of Folk Ride, Kotoko left, tourism, football tourism, funds being driven to Tamale, the appearance of the two teams in a traditional way, Fugu, the arrival of the trophy via the local means of transport in the Tamale metropolis. I mean, a lot of concepts. I mean, we try to energize the system, bring in new ideas, and when we speak about a stale football industry, we are talking about a leader who has the potential to bring people together, to think outside the box, to bring energy into an ailing industry. I mean, if you go back again to the event of last Tuesday, the launch of the game-changing manifesto, one will say, why all this? Why? There was too much thinking. There was too much.
Exactly where I was coming to.
But one thing that we all know doing as football people is that we've lost the fact that football is show business. If you want to energize the system, you need to create the show. Football is not about 11 players just walking aimlessly onto a pitch and play. You need to create the show for not only the direct consumers of the sport to be interested, but for corporate Ghana to be interested, for our extended publics like the media to be interested. It is show business. So what did you take home from the launch of the manifesto? You were like, wow, this is a new level. This is where we want to take football.
So if I were a delegate, should I be voting for Kurt because of what he's done with the FA Cup? And
I would always entreat footballers, delegates, and everybody in the industry to be honest. We've lied to ourselves for far too long. We've relied on the fact that Muftau is my friend, he's my son, he's my junior brother, he's my wife, she's my auntie. That's not what the industry needs. And if you remember, again, I'll take you back to the event on Tuesday. I made a clear analogy. Again, let me repeat it here. There's this woman, very rich, old lady, had 2 daughters. One was a doctor and one a farmer, okay? She didn't like the doctor at all. She didn't want to see her. Once upon a time, she was home with the other daughter she loved so much.
Yeah.
They were in a conversation. Then the door opened. Who came through the door? The doctor. She didn't like to see at all.
Okay.
Then she was like, what are you looking for here? Go, 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 go. I don't want to see you. Within the same split second, she had a heart attack. Boom. Who would she ask to save her? The daughter she loved so much, who studied what? Agriculture in school? Or the daughter she hated so much, but who studied medicine in school? The answer is simple. She had to be honest. Think about herself to save her life. I go for my enemy, the doctor. This is what I'm saying to delegates. We've lied to ourselves, we've supported our brothers, we've supported our business partners. Let's go for our enemy, in quote, who has the solution.
What
to
influenced this analogy?
It's simple, because I was just being honest.
Is that how
I
the
meet
industry is?
I meet Muftau. I don't want to speak to Muftau because I think he's my enemy. Okay? Meanwhile, if I spoke to Muftau, he will offer me advice A, advice B, and that will ensure that I have a better life.
But then again, I'd just like to find out whether that's how the system is.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm a club owner. I'm a player in the industry, so I know that we've relied so much on my friend, my sister, my brother, my business partner. That is not the solution we're looking for.
Now let's get into your manifesto. I read through a lot, every single word. It seems I've covered every single word, but I'd like to start from where you've made a very lofty promises for Premier League clubs, where you are saying that if you are given the power to lead the Ghana Football Association, you provide them 50 balls and 30 boosts. What would influence you to come giving us footballs when we need money?
Okay, but football is money, you see? That's what we are all losing.
How is it money?
Okay. First of all, let me say that this manifesto that you see here is the bona fide property of all our stakeholders, club owners, club executives, stakeholders. It's their document. What do I mean by this? We did not just sit down one night, one morning, one dawn, and then pick a pen, and then we did this. We traveled across the length and breadth of Ghana.
Okay.
We spoke to club owners, executives. We wanted to know what their challenges have been, the problems in the industry, what they think has to be corrected. At the end of the so-called, in quote, research, we put their concerns into our thought process, our thinking process. The result is this amazing document we have. Now, coming back to your question. For the past 12 months or so, football has been
in a comatose, let's say it has been non-existent.
Has been non-existent. The product is dead. Okay. Now we will try to come back with our football. Beyond which you want to look at how best to revive the game in totality.
Okay.
And we firmly believe that the only way is to first of all save club owners who have gone 1 year without commerce. Okay. Players, officials, doctors, referees who've gone 1 year without football activity, no commerce altogether, and needed footing support to be able to bring themselves back alive again. And we believe that by providing this logistical and infrastructural support, that's the only way a solid foundation of our sport can be made. Okay. Now, what are the kind of support that the clubs need? Visit Liberty Professionals. Visit my own club, Dreams FC. Speak to our coach. He'll tell you, Mr. Journalist, I need 30 players. Sorry, I need 30 footballs or 40 footballs because I have 40 players on the pitch. This is what they'll say to you. Okay? Yeah. Basically, any good coach will tell you 1 player, 1 football. Yeah. But when you go to the Dreams FC training grounds, I'm sure you will find yourself 25 footballs when there are 30 players on the pitch. It's even worse when you go to Division 1. You will find out that 40 players may be using 10 footballs.
Okay.
It tells you clearly that we are not empowering our coaches to deliver good services to us. We are not helping our players to develop much better or to develop in a way that we want them to. Okay. And we are saying that let's support the clubs with these basics. These are basics. Footballs, boots, servicing of the playing surface of our training pitches.
Okay.
How can you sustain it? By ensuring that there's a regular flow of water. Because without water, you cannot treat the natural grasses. Most of our training facilities do not have pipe-borne water. Yeah. They don't. And we are saying that we can rely on the borehole system. How much does it cost? Between 6,000 to 10,000 Ghana cedis for regular water supply. Now, indeed, there are instances where the water produced may be salty, so you need to retreat. That will be an add-on cost. Now, again, how are we going to get the borehole facility? Is the FA going to fund it? I'm saying that currently in Ghana, there are a lot of both governmental and non-governmental companies and agencies who are constructing boreholes across the length and breadth of Ghana, including our most recent partner, GMPC, who are interested in football. Yeah. So we are saying that, is it not possible with an efficient secretariat, with a fully functional communications department, with a fully functional marketing department manned by quality personnel, we can't put together a good case of a business opportunity for companies in Ghana to help us with what? Borehole facilities? It is possible. It is possible.
Footballs.
Okay. Okay. Now, again, during the lunch, I said to myself, okay, the question that keeps running through the hearts and minds of everybody who will listen to our campaign is, where are we finding the resources? i.e. footballs, professional footballs. Yeah. Let me say this, that in the time past, the previous administration used to supply clubs with footballs. I remember 10 years ago, 8 years ago, or 12 years ago, each club had 40 footballs, 40. In the most recent times, we've had about 6 or 4, blah, 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 blah. Okay, it means that in principle, the existing establishment even believes in this philosophy or this policy we want to roll out. Yeah. And we are saying that we want to make it a policy. How are we going to get it? I use the Dreams FC model as a case study. And now, when we speak about policies, policies can be applicable regardless of the size of the business entity. Okay. We are talking about policies. At Dreams, we wanted an apparel partner. We spoke to Adidas, name them, including Nike. They were not forthcoming. Then out of the blue, because of the quality of the intangible assets that Dreams FC has panned out, these multi-international companies were interested in sponsoring Barbara Mann, Benjamin Tete, Sowa, Lomote, everybody. Then we said, okay, you're interested in our intangible assets? No problem. We also have a need as a club. What is our need? We need apparels. We need equipment. Okay, so we'll give you our players, you sponsor our players, you give us what we want. A win-win situation. And I'm saying that the biggest product we have is called the Ghana Football Association. Okay. One of the biggest and premium products is our national team, the senior team, the Black Stars. Okay. Now, why can we not leverage this quality, this strength, for the benefit of some of our key publics, including our clubs? We can't go into any negotiations without knowing the basic needs of our clubs. Club owners know that they need to provide 40, 50 balls for their clubs. But because the sports economy is so tight, liquidity is so not available, they refuse to know what is the truth. They don't know or they refuse to know. They refuse to know, but they know. They know.
Now I'd like to find out.
What is the truth.
So if you cast your eyes around, or when you were putting out the manifesto, did you consider how many boreholes that will be constructed across and how much will it cost?
I've just given you. I've just answered.
I mean, the total number of...
I've just said to you that one borehole would cost between 6,000 to 10,000.
To 10,000. So,
yes.
so how many boreholes entirely across?
We are talking about the 16 Premier League clubs, 48 Division 1 clubs, and then the game centers that we intend to establish.
So 50 balls will cost the FA how much?
Do the basic calculations. It's between 6,000 and 10,000 Ghana cedis. And I've told you how we're going to get it. Not directly from FA funds, but corporate Ghana. Because already there are companies who are doing it. GMPC is a partner of the FA, and they are doing it. Banyako and Co are everywhere constructing boreholes for communities.
At this point, you are just envisioning that people will be interested.
No,
but the reality could be that you get in there, and the economy is such that they cannot do
also
it.
Be, because if you speak about the negative, you speak about the positive.
Yeah,
the reality could also be that all of a sudden it's Edwin Okraku. They know about Edwin Okraku. They know about his basics, his fundamentals, so strong. They know about what he's done with DFC, so attractive. They know about what he's done with the FA Cup, so amazing. Look, let's go with him.
Then what is a plan B if what you are envisioning doesn't happen?
I'm a winner.
To fulfill these promises.
I am a winner.
Okay.
I am a winner. I've always found ways to deliver on promise.
Okay.
And I'm saying that we will always play outside the penalty box.
And how do you play that?
You don't know how to do it? Be a footballer.
No, because I would like to understand. I would like to understand
yes,
how you kick the ball.
At the moment,
yes.
I don't know. I don't need to give all my arsenal to my opponents. I have opponents watching.
No, I know.
Yes.
I understand.
And I'm saying that the simple answer is that as a good planner, I always have a plan B, plan C. Plan B, I've made it public. Plan A, I've made it public.
Yes.
Plan B is to play outside the box.
And
to be creative. If you look at my example of what we did to get Nike as a sponsor, we played outside the box.
Yes.
Because if we go naturally, informally, there's no way Nike will sponsor a club called Dreams FC. But when we played outside the box with our intangible assets, what happened? They said yes.
But then again, there's one thing I just need to clarify. And I need
it's very difficult for somebody who's not been in club management to understand these things.
And that is why
especially
the fans out there will
it's also
need to
difficult
yes.
for somebody who's not the kind of preparatory period that I've had to understand these things. But it's possible because it's showing physically. Dreams says we have 9 sponsors. 9 Dreams. 9. And all those sponsors are taking care of specific cost variables in the club. So it's money saved. Let me give you a clear example, another example. Laundry. We have a laundry partner. Okay? They're taking care of all our laundry needs. We have 4 teams, it's going to be 5. We do a lot of washing. They take care of this, it means it's money saved. That money saved will go into other club operations.
You see, not to sound...
You need to really understand the puzzle.
Yes.
Because it's a puzzle. And you need to get it fixed. If you don't get it like this, you'll be like Alice in Wonderland.
You see, I get it, but not to sound pessimistic.
Yeah.
I'm a delegate.
Yeah.
I want to vote for Kurt.
Yeah.
But I am thinking that Kurt has made so many promises, and I'm looking at these promises, and I want to vote for him.
Let me give you another example. Don't even ask your question. Registration of players. You're the club owner, you come from Yendi. Yeah? Like BYFC.
Yeah.
They want to register their players. They go on the system, blah, 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 blah. The registrations are certified. They have to find STC or whatever transport system, travel all the way to from Yendi to Accra.
I'll come to the decentralization.
Only to come and pick up registration cards.
I'll come to the decentralization. Yes.
So you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I'm saying we would what? Decentralize the system completely. Let's empower the RFAs. Knowledge is not in the heads of people who live only in Accra. In the northern region, we'll have people who are capable and who, when we empower, can perform this responsibility for us at the RFA level. We are saying that we go through the normal system, we register our players. When it comes to the printing of the cards, it will be done at the RFA level. You have your card.
Yeah, I still get. But my question on the plan B still hasn't been answered because you
want details and I'll not give you.
I was citing an example.
Because you know what? We launched our manifesto
on Tuesday.
Yes. We invited almost everybody. People came in, and all of a sudden, people are rolling out some of our ideas in the system.
Well, I don't know if but I was privy to 2 manifestos already.
Okay.
prior to yours.
Okay.
And some of the ideas were already also captured. So I even put up a Facebook post saying that the fear might be that they're picking these things from Okraku. But we need to go for a break when we come back.
It's all part of the planning. You see, if you don't plan well, you'll be Kwakwe last stop.
We'll go for a break. And when we come back, I'll still ask that he answers the question on the plan B, because most of you outside there would be very much interested in how the solution for Ghana football will be found in his manifesto. We'll be back in the GFA to do more here. This is the GFA Decides with me, Muftau Nabila Abdullahi.
They've done so well.
I think
they've done so well.
Gone through the
this
roots of
shows
Ghana
that they are great gamers,
to every club,
and they
to
have
every region,
everything that it
not
takes
to know
to be
who
in the hot
constitutes
seat
Congress
right
or
now.
who constitutes Congress, and
Obviously.
not to know the problems facing our industry. For which reason, I think that I'm best placed to solve the problems the industry faces.
We need somebody with integrity to help restore the integrity of the game.
This is not time for Matramakwe. This is the time for somebody who is tried and tested.
You don't want to see this, do you? Hell yeah! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Oh my God! Yay!
I've served this industry long enough. I think that I have gone through the woods of Ghana to every club, to every region, not to know who constitutes Congress or who constitutes Congress, and not to know the problems facing our industry. For which reason, I think that I'm best placed to solve the problems the industry faces.
We need somebody with integrity to help restore the integrity of the game.
This is not time for Matramakwe. This is the time for somebody who is tried and tested.
GFA Decides.
Welcome back from the break. This is the GFA Decides with me, Muftau Nabila Abdullahi. Tonight, we are having a conversation with a game changer, the gentleman who has promised to change the image of Ghana football and provide the solutions to all the problems that have engulfed Ghana football. Okay, nearly all the problems. He's issuing a disclaimer right now. He's issuing a disclaimer right now. So I would say nearly all the problems. Because in his 18-page manifesto, he has detailed all the things that when he's given the power to lead the Ghana Football Association. One interesting part that he did mention was that with the grace of the Almighty God, he would deliver what he has promised to give to the people. And we hope that when he gets the power, by the grace of the Almighty God, he will get this done. But prior to us going to the break, he was talking about how he would decentralize the traffic that is often generated at the Ghana Football Association Secretariat to the Regional Football Association level. But before he mentioned that, I was interested in finding out the plan B that he will have if the vision of having people or corporate bodies come in to support the Football Federation or the Football Association to provide boreholes, footballs, booths, and all that. What would be the plan B to that? And even before that, I would like to know how many balls would definitely be given to all clubs, and then how much will it cost to produce that? Because before you go to the person who is going to sponsor you, you should have an idea about how much to cost that person. before the person will be willing to. Kurt,
Okay,
just...
I mean, as a club chairman, I'll be silly not to know the cost of one football. I mean,
so how much?
Between 100 and 300 Ghana cedis, depending on the quality of the game. Okay. As late as or as early as last year, the FA gave each club 8 footballs. So you could see that the policy has already been practiced. Okay. Clearly, it tells you that we all recognize the need for such strategic, infrastructural, and logistical support to our clubs. Mainly because we've not had solid foundations. Most of our clubs have limited revenue streams. And because most of our clubs have limited revenue streams, they will forever not be able to perform at their optimum.
So why are you adding 42 balls when the FA could only afford 8 balls?
Well, the FA at that time decided to give 8.
They decided, or that was what they could afford?
I don't know, but 8 was released. Okay. I believe that we can do a bit more. Okay. I believe that if we behave well, if we establish an efficient administrative structure, secretariat, across board, not only at the national level, yes. Okay, if we're able to identify the right personnel, if we set up an efficient communications department, okay, fully functional, where we would heavily rely on both old and new media platforms or vehicles. If we establish a well-resourced marketing department, plus the fundamentals being right, i.e. good pitches, because of the establishment of the Think-Hard Directorate, coaches would receive continuous training. So they'll impact positively on the intangible assets. The players would have succeeded in solving the puzzle, okay? That will ultimately lead us into our repositioning strategy. Repositioning the product offering called Ghana Football Association. Repositioning our individual products, Black Stars, all the national youth teams across board. Naturally, we would have opened up the channels for commerce. Because all of a sudden, everybody say, wow, interesting. Assuming that all the 7 of the presidential aspirants do what we did on Tuesday, do you know how Ghana will be like? Think about this. If all the 7 aspirants did or will do what we presented to Ghana last Tuesday, everybody will be looking at football with a different eye. I know the kind of companies who have called me after Tuesday's event. I know the kind of phone calls I receive after every major FA Cup event. I know the kind of phone calls I receive after FA Cup grand finales. I know. So corporate Ghana is interested in quality. For which reason, if we get the fundamentals right, commerce will open. Now, media will be interested because of quality football. If Hearts of Oak are playing quality football, that stadium in Accra also will get the numbers. Because Hearts of Oak have not been stable by way of performance, supporters have become wishy-washy. So I'm saying that if we get the fundamentals right, the passion will be reignited. Media will be more interested, okay? Marketing executives, salespeople will be more interested because now you have a full functional marketing department, not committees who work in and out, okay? So you could see that gradually we'll be working up to the pyramid. Okay? Commerce will begin.
A year, how much do you budget for Dreams FC?
Oh, the admin manager is there, he knows.
But if you have an idea.
You want me to tell you?
Yes.
So that what people will start to do their
No, because I'm bringing up a
it's in excess of 1 million.
1 million Ghana cedis.
Yes. It's in excess.
So it means that the numerous products the Ghana FA have got
will save us a lot of money. Then we can invest more in our scouting department, in our medical department. This is important for us.
Within 1 year, if
I didn't allow you to ask the question there.
Within 1 year, if Kent Okraku is voted the president of the Ghana Football Association, what are the 3 key things or 4 key things that he will look now to solve first?
First of all, there are a lot of challenges facing us. Most importantly, we don't have 1 year to solve the problems, to lay the foundation. We have 4 years if we win, or when we win. We have 4 years. Okay. Primarily, you need to change the working ethic. You need to make the staff at the FA loved again. You want to ensure that everybody is working towards a certain direction. Yeah. You want to ensure that the entire secretariat is re-energized. We want to set up a corporate-like secretariat. We want to have people to have a feel of having visited a wow entity when they visit the office of the FA. I want you to go through...
But our FA is very small.
It's very small.
The secretariat is very small.
Yes.
Do you intend to expand it?
You see, it's only because we are not looking at the larger picture. We have Pram. It's part of the secretariat. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. And we will have to look at the total workings of the FA and see if there's a need for repositioning of some of our product offering, okay, including staff. Yeah. We need to have an efficient secretariat working across the regions. Yeah. I have visited 8 out of the 10 regions, and honestly, some of the things that I see are not.
So what are the 3 key things Ket will be doing first?
First is the secretariat. Okay. It's okay. And to ensure that we set up the needed machinery that will help us in our attempt to rebuild the sport. Okay. Now, in doing this, of course, we'll also look at the communications and marketing, because we must immediately work towards repositioning of the product. Because if we don't change the perception, the image of the product offering, we will not get any inflows from sponsorship, neither from media rights syndication, etc. Okay, even the numbers at the gates will not change. Yeah. So we need a big effort in the repositioning of the product offering.
Number 2.
That is number 2.
Number 3.
Number 3. Mufta.
Number 3.
And of course, to start to engage corporate Ghana, regardless of the forms and the levels. But there's a need for a big effort to start to engage, to start to preach a gospel of a change. Okay. Yeah.
But there are people, okay, and even before I come to that, let me find out from you. If you look at the Ghana FA as an entity, which product of the FA do you think is the biggest product that when you position it well, it will recapture the corporate world and the football community into...
The one that has the biggest pull effect is the Black Stars, obviously.
But they say it's a national product. So.
Because of the fact that the individual intangible assets are materials that have excelled or are excelling on various and perhaps higher platforms. Yeah. So they have a bigger pull effect. Okay, so when you bring such persons together, the total pull effect is much stronger. It's just like we're watching the EPL. This is a collection of superstars across the world. It's just like we're watching the La Liga. It's a collection of superstars across the world who have been put on one platform. The pull effect is so strong, so strong. So we have to look at the biggest product. Okay. But before the biggest product becomes what it's supposed to be, we need to lay the foundation, and to ensure that we bring back our coach game, we empower the coach system, we empower the ladies game, we empower the Tinker Directorate, good scouting from the Tinker Directorate, so that we will be in a position to harness all the quality intangible assets that the system will produce. Apart
from 2018, where we failed to qualify for the World Cup, we've been to 3 World Cups, and most of the perceived corruption of the Ghana FA were always under the carpet when we go to the World Cup and we perform well and we come back. And the key area, in my opinion, people often say Ghana football is dead, is because people don't patronize the local leagues. What is the key thing that Kurt will be doing for local products, i.e.,
I think
the Ghana Premier League, the Division 1 League?
I think it's all the answer is all embedded in what I've been saying throughout the past hour, because it's not a one-way solution.
Yes.
Okay, it's a multiplicity of actions and policy directions that will ultimately lead us into that promised land of everybody coming to accept the product again. Okay. We are talking about an efficient secretariat, the independence of the Premier League, a progressively independent Division 1 League, I insist. The repositioning of the various products, I've listed it in the manifesto. Full compliance to the licensing system, to engage the police service on the possibility of setting up a sports policing unit in the police service, because I insist that sports policing is distinct from normal policing, okay? The use of the steward system, and to ensure that we create a family-friendly stadia across the country, especially when it comes to the Premier League and Division 1, and then the ladies' game.
Okay. In 2016, your very own club, Dreams FC, played Kumasi Asante Kotoko Sports Stadium. Your admin manager, Amini Shadow, described the referee as a murderer because the referee took decision.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I'm using his own words. He described the referee as a murderer. And he described the referee a murderer because he took decisions he felt were not the best. And these decisions, these decisions, most football fans often think that they happen because the referees are being induced to manipulate the rules to favor certain people. In the number 12 expose, according to Anas Armayo, because we did not have the entire numbers, about 77 referees were caught. And refereeing is the heart of the game. What would Kurt be doing about this? Or not to say Kurt, not you as an individual.
The FA.
Your administration, what would you be doing about this?
First of all, is to accept that there's a challenge. It is a department of the game that needs our fullest attention. And the solution starts from the beginning. Again, the preparatory period. We intend to roll out what we call the Catch Them Young refereeing policy, where we would encourage the youth to go into refereeing. The youth will be officiating the Colts games, okay? We would also want to set up the amateur refereeing policy, where we have relatively younger referees officiating at Division 2 and Division 3 level. Currently, you have quite older people officiating Colts games or juvenile games, which is not good. If you don't spot the talent a lot early, you can't develop the talent to be a super talent, okay? So the young refereeing policy is one key point. We want to eliminate the human factor in our grading system of who a top referee is, who a class 1 referee is. But before we were able to do that, we need the right software. We need also to ensure that all our games are on video, because it is a software that tells you that Muftao is top. Now, once we take that human bit out of the grading system, believe me, we are halfway through our solution process. Now, there are specific needs that pushes the referees into bad behaviors. Transportation, hotels, and general remuneration, okay? So we want to roll out a system where we all know that the FA is responsible, or the FA has a partner in this hotel. This is where referees go. This is where the referees will eat. So the referee has no business calling a club chairman, boss.
They call club chairman?
Yes, they do. Sometimes. Club, boss, I'm coming to your game. Where do I sleep? Okay? Because most often, they don't have money. Even when they officiate games, payments don't come quite early. Okay? So we want to roll out policies that will help. Okay. In certain jurisdictions, you have specific sponsors for refereeing. And this is one of the ways that we want to go.
We need to go for a second break and come back and do more of the discussion. But I think that if this policy had come out earlier, Muftau probably would have been a referee. Because remember in secondary school, I was a referee. I officiated matches that often ended up people chasing me on the back. And there were times I'll be on the lines assisting my PA teacher, Mr. Avero Peter. But let's go for a break. When we come back, we'll still be doing more discussion with the game changer here on GFA Decides with me, Muftaun Abdullah.
To solve the problems the industry faces.
We need somebody with integrity to help restore the integrity of the game.
This is not time for Matramakwe. This is the time for somebody who is trying testing.
This is not time for Matramakwe, but we want to try Ket and Kwe.
No, I'm not Matramakwe. I'm not a greenhorn in the game. I spent over 30 years in the business of football, being at the helm of commerce at the highest level, not only in Ghana, with some of the biggest, including Roman Abramovich. Not many of my colleagues have had that opportunity.
You've worked with Roman?
Of course, otherwise Baba Rahman would have signed in Chelsea.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and many others, just to mention a few. So it's not the issue of Matramakwe, maybe. I mean, there are other people who have been in the seat and they have been tried and queer and they are still queering.
But we want to try you as the head, the main head of the association.
Yeah, before you are given that opportunity, you not convince people beyond reasonable doubt that you have had good preparation, formal and informal education. You have to tell the delegates what you've done with your club, whether your club is something that people can speak about, and what you've done at the FA. Once you become an FA president, you have the international network anyway. So you being somewhere A or B is neither here nor there. Some of us have never been at the CAF level or FIFA level, but we are there.
International connectivity?
Yeah. Look,
I sat your Wi-Fi.
I sat in the classroom with 28 colleagues at the University of Liverpool Business School when I studied the MBA in football administration. All of my colleagues are in big positions across the globe. Can you put figures to that value to that network? It's crazy.
We've run out of time, but just wrap up for me with your final words on.
It's been an interesting period, but it's been very tiring, to be sincere, where the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. But we've learned a lot. I believe that the Minister of Youth and Sports, the government are interested in finding quality people to lead our football association. And this process is to ensure that quality people eventually come out.
Have you spoken to the minister?
Not in a while, but we speak indirectly because he sees all the good things that I'm doing, obviously. And I also see that he's everywhere ensuring that we have football pitches.
Is it true that you were appointed vice president of the FA in 2018?
I will not speak to that. I think that time is gone.
Okay.
Now, Tim Kurt...
It seems that you were close to it.
Tim Kurt, of course, I was. Tim Kurt is in line to be elected as the president of the FA to give hope to the hopeless, to give opportunities to various facets of our industry who have never had the needed recognition. A typical Colts boy, I know what we need. I have done a lot with my Dreams FC. It's there for everybody to see. I've given livelihood to people who would not normally have that opportunity. I've made the FA Cup the darling product of the Football Association and the entire populace. I've brought money into the association. I need your vote. It is time.
Well, it is time, he says. Unfortunately, I didn't ask about the vetting. When you appeared before the vetting, what happened?
Oh, well, it was interesting. It was...
Was it grilling?
No, it was okay, normal. Again, if the fundamentals are strong, you fear no foe. When your fundamentals are weak, you go into a vetting sitting and thinking that, oh, I could be extremely grilled. No, but it was a learning curve, good exchange of ideas, and we are back again on the road campaigning.
When?
Today. This is a campaign platform.
Okay. It's been a pleasure having the game changer in the studio. That's Edwin Simeon Okraku. He's aspiring to become the president of the Ghana Football Association. On October 25, delegates will assemble to elect the new leader of the Ghana Football Association, and he's thrown in his hat for delegates to give him the power to become the next president of the Ghana Football Association. It's been a pleasure coming your way here with GFA Decides. I'm Muftar Abdullah. Thank you for Basel.
I've served this industry long enough.